Many people say, kuvaka muHarare ndiko kune future. Sekuti ukasavaka muHarare haukwanise kana kubudirira. Today I want to challenge that idea, especially to those people vane pfungwa yokuti kuvaka padhuze neHarare ukuvaka muHarare ndo nyaya yacho. Because many people from the diaspora, you find them vachiti, if I can get a stand iri padhuze neHarare like Nana Dombosha and stuff like that, and running away from other places, because vane that mentality and philosophy yokuti kana uri padhuze neHarare or in Harare unoita mari. Today I want to challenge that idea, because Zimbabwe haisi Harare chete, kwese kwauri unokwanisa kubudirira. Zvakuenda ne mindset yako nekushanda nesimba kwaunoita. It's not about building close to Harare. So today I need to remove that mentality out of those people. Vaakutadza kuvaka dzimba dzavo nekuti havasati vawana stand padhuze nekuHarare. Some of them vane land kune dzimwe nzvimbo dzakawanda, but they want it closer to Harare, saying Harare ndio ine hustle yese. Hustle begins in your mind. Hustle is a mindset. It's not about the place, but the hustle is about you creating something that brings value kuvano. Either uri kumasvingo, either uri kumberengwa, either uri kupi. As long as you know how to solve a problem in that environment, you can make money. Not just being in Harare. Many people vari kuHarare who are struggling, vari kutadza to make ends meet in life, even though vari munzvimbo yacho inonzi ndo ine huchi wacho. So it's not about just Harare kubudirira. So today, I want to give you 10 reasons why you should not focus only on Harare. The first reason is opportunities ariko kwese. Like I said before, success begins in your mindset, not environment. Yes, the environment facilitates kwanisa kuwana mari super fast or whatsoever, you know. But you can create an opportunity kuma rural areas are far away from Harare. There are things that other people are looking for. Harare. But as for you, yes, you can go in Harare, you stock yourself, then you go to the rural area, then you start selling those things. That means you have solved a problem. People are looking for those things. Now you're bringing them to them. So it's not about being in Harare, but yes, you can try to solve a problem or create an opportunity in Harare. But you can find there are so many people offering the same service that you are doing, meaning that there is a lot of competition. So kana urukuma misha or kana urukupi, that means maybe you are the only person who's providing that service, meaning that more money to you. The second thing is competition yakanyanya mu Harare. Like I said, if you decide to solve a problem in Harare, other people are already solving. That means you are already part and parcel of the competition. It's going to be difficult for you to cater for many customers or to make money. Yes, you can make money, but compared to other places, kusina competition, you are better off in that place than being in Harare. So competition is too much in Harare. Many people are offering that service that you want to offer. Just because you want to build padhuze neHarare, then you find yourself in a competition. Yes, Maririko, you have to hustle so hard. It's not only about Harare. You can be in Gweru, you can be in Bulawayo, you can be in Zhishavane, you can be anywhere. But if you have that ability of solving somebody's problem, you won't go wrong. And you won't need to be in Harare. Your Harare will just be your warehouse, whereby you go stock whatever that is required. Then you go back to that place where you are to provide that service and solve a problem. So competition is too much in Harare. So to those who want to build in Harare, I'm not stopping you, but I want you to think otherwise. Yes, you might have a house in Harare, but you can establish another homestead somewhere in the rural areas, whereby you can transact your business there, than opening a business in Harare and say that or whatever. There is a lot of competition. Open a business and open also, and I'm not discouraging anybody, But I'm just trying to show you, Kuti, you are better off in those places that you are running away, boss. There are so many problems that need to be solved in that area where you are. So find those problems and try to solve so that you can make money. And the third one, guys, cost of living in Harare kanyanya. You are operating your business in there. Rentals are too high. The place probably are renter. That means it's also a cost. Of which, if you were in the raw areas, wherever you are, solving a problem, kunevani koko, probably you are not paying rent, wakazvakira ka homestead kako, or else you are paying little rent because kumamisha hakuna too much competition, hakuna too much whatever. So the cost of living is too low that side. At the same time, probably neka hardware kako, kauru kwanza kubatsira wanu, vangu wachiwa chitenga padhuze papo than to travel to Harare. And you are renting a building, it's not too much compared to Harare. Because the same shop probably here, it's like a 50 square or 70 square shop. You know, in raw areas, it might cost you about probably $70 or something. But in Harare, that same thing can cost you more than like a 200 or something. You know, 100 something. I don't know how much it is. But in Harare, because of being a CBD, then it will be difficult for you. Like to make profits and stuff like that, because you have to cater for the cost of living and everything. So you better be aware of it, guys, when you wanna establish your place in yourself in Harare compared to establishing yourself in the rural areas. There are a lot of problems that you can solve there than just being in Harare. That mentality, you gotta think twice. And the fourth thing, guys, is land kumsha iriko kumamisha. Abundance of land compared to Harare. In Harare, you just have a little square meters that you are given by the government. And you cannot extend above those square meters you've been given. But in the rural areas, you can have hectares and hectares of which you can do many projects. And many projects, then my process a project here, you can even sell to those people in Harare. That means there's a lot of money where there's bigger land than it is just a small portion of land. So Kumusha, the land is in abundance. So when you decide that you want to build your homestead, yes, you can look for those ones in Domboshava. But you know, sometimes, guys, the price of the stand you get in Domboshava, because you just want to be close to Harare. You can establish a bigger project, kana watenga oka raw homestead kako, probably under sub deals and stuff like that. Probably that would be cheaper than getting a land in Domboshava, probably 2,000 or whatever. Unless kana in a case, yes, I cannot hold you back, I cannot do anything, boss. I'm just suggesting that instead of putting a lot of money in a land that is costly because it's close to Harare, you can take that money, then you can invest it or maybe at a certain growth point. Maybe you can build yourself a shop and also have a land whereby you are growing the proceeds and putting those proceeds in a shop people buy. Or maybe you can buy like a large, bigger hectares. Then you plant whatever, or maybe you keep nguruve, you keep huku, you keep whatsoever. Then you start advertising. People from Harare will drive down to come and buy from you. That means you solve a problem. Unlike tenga 4,000 square meters, urumu probably like 4,000 US dollars per square meters. I don't know how much. Let's say I could place it close to Harare, but you just want to be close there. Another thing is in Harare, there are other opportunities that you cannot get compared to Kuwaka, Kuma rural areas, like farming opportunities. It's very rare for you to find them in Harare. You can find them on the outskirts. You can find them there, but in rural areas there's abundance of land whereby you can do huku, you can farm chibage, you can do nguruve, you can do whatsoever that you want to do. You can even do other projects like those ones now attract my tourists, because my tourists angoda kusvika on nzvimbo dzine miti, because most of the countries now miti dzangova scarce, guys. dzanga scarce. So paunosvika in Zimbabwe, probably pane homestead yako iri surrounded nemiti, different types of trees, unoona vachitora maphotos, because miti idzodzo, they are kind of birds that comes from other countries. Dzofara kutambira kune nzvimbo ine miti, ine good vegetation and stuff like that, you know. Unlike some of the places closer to Harare, or maybe in Harare, whereby there are no trees and stuff. Yes, you can find trees there, but kune mamwe nzvimbo dzongoti dzinongonakidzawo, like matourists achisvikawo aizotukwirawo makomo, like mountain hiking and stuff like that, you know, that kind of a thing. So kumusha you can do a lot of projects. Look at what happened, what Terry did. Akaita a resort yake kumamisha iko kumachonyonyo, and now the tourists are traveling from afar to go to that place, vachidarika Harare vachienda kwaari. So when you have an idea, when you have the mindset to hustle, it does not stop you near turukuma chonyonyo. It can make you rich. Just your mindset can make you successful. Not nzvimbo. Nzvimbo will never make you successful. Because you might be in Harare, uri momo, like I said, hauna hasi yaunoita. You cannot solve a problem yomwe munhu ungori munzvimbo, just be in Harare, while the other person at Machonyo is making money every day, but you're Harare. So guys, you must consider, you must think before you decide to buy in Harare. When you buy in Harare, you must be having a lot of money, and also you must be having that great idea that you think you can be above your competitors. But ikoko kunzvimbo rural areas, competition is very little that you might be successful. Kana uri a good hustler, a hard worker, and a person who does have a mindset to succeed, who offers a problem to the people around. You can be very successful compared to a person in Harare. And another thing, guys, there's less stress and more focus. Kana uri nzvimbo idzodzo dziri resort areas, probably like my rural areas, there's less stress. Hauna zvinokustressa. You do things at your own time. Nobody's pushing you. You can even go under a tree uchimbonzwa shiri dzichirira, so that at least you can turn your brain around and think, rethink, and go back on the table and start to redraw your plans and stuff like that. Unlike in Harare, there's a lot of pressure and things. If you don't push hard in Harare, that means your competitor will bypass you. So you always have to be on a tip top. But in the places like Nzvimbo Dziruma, remote areas, you know, you can take your time to do things. You can plan your thing wisely, peacefully, stress-free. So there are a lot of things, because, you know, sometimes surrounded by vegetation is so healing, guys. I believe those people who are in rural areas knows it is so healing. That's why I'm showing on rural areas vachigara long life compared to rural town. Because in rural areas kune ka magic kaka ngoti munzotsi shiri chimba manzi muchimboenda marwizi muchimboona muchimbidyawo muchero muchidini chichi, you know, not to like kune muchero yedzotengeswa marari, we know that dzambotaniwa dzambobatwa nemaoko akawandisa dzambopasa through a lot of things. But for you now kuma rural areas uko ndiwo uri kusvika zvako wakustanira whatsoever zvauri kuda. So you know, there's less stress and more focus in a lot of things. Healthy food, you know, good exercise, both walking gives you good exercise. Sometimes you should tema huni. Sometimes uchimboenda kunochera mvura kana musina mvura padhuze. Sometimes uchimbotenderawo uchiona kuti ndep, you know. It keeps you fit than a person who's in Harare. You know, like mchidyawo sadza rezviyo whatsoever, mchirimawo like whatsoever, you know. It keeps you healthy being in the rural areas. Kwamunotiza moda kugara muHarare. And another great thing, kumamisha, there is community support. Inonzi mshandira pamwe, umwe whatsoever that happens, you know. In the rural areas, people, they come together for a purpose vachibatsirana. Ukanosvika ukaestablish a project kako, people, they support you. They come, they help you kuti uve successful, because vanozva kuti if you are successful, you are putting that rural on the map. Unlike in Harare it's meant for himself. Ndiwe wega unofanira kuzvipandira. Marara ona hama. Everybody's looking for life, for survival. Everybody's looking for money. You know all that. And nobody anokubatsira personal benefit from you. But in rural areas, they help you. And you know, you can pay them probably nema proceeds if you don't have cash. Some they just help you, but they just want to see you successful. Because mangwana ukabva kubudirira ucha create employment for the people around. So there's good community support compared to Harare, you know. So choose the place where you want to establish my project ako, my businesses ako. Choose wisely. We should also consider these things. You know, in Harare, there's bigger competition, rural areas. You can focus, there's little stress, there's community support, there's everything. And this kutu sawa kamra Harare, and this kutu saita zonu Harare. You can do all those things, you know. But there is a place that is better off than that, because Harare is being crowded time and again. You know, everybody just wanna work up at dozen Harare, boss panechi. Activity and stuff like that. Activity begins with you, like I said, begins in your mind. It's a mindset activity. When you are hungry for something, you go for it, regardless kwauri. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, guys, it's not the place that determines your success. The place can facilitate you to be successful. Harare, yes, you can be successful. But you have to face a lot of competition. In those other remote places, you can be successful, very successful, where there is little or no competition. You can establish whatever that you want to establish. Then you can treat that place like an urban place. You know, that rural wherever you are. Then you bring the products that many people are looking for. Well, some of the people, they are going to towns, going to take them building materials and stuff like that. But you, as a business person, or as a person who's looking for survival and success, you can bring those products from Harare or from the town. Then you can start reselling at a better price, making profits in those places. Because as you can see. So you can have a hardware, you can have a shop that sells grocery, you can have a shop that can sell clothes whatsoever, you know. Maybe you can have a general shop, you know, that sells everything at once. You can have like a small place, like maybe a hectare or 2 hectares, they know planters unzako, or chengeta huku zako, those are going to take some shop or cut out my pieces and stuff like that. And you know, kwenda my schools are around my boarding schools. You can even go to Harare, talk to the butcheries. You can even you can even go to the closest seat. Anyone another hukuma butcheries, they go to work supply on a cycle according to how you agree with these people. So do not be fooled that utinjimbo yekuvaka chete Harare. Zimbabwe is not Harare. Zimbabwe inyika yese, including my cities arimo. Don't just talk about Harare like you want to flock in Harare. Harare is everybody is flocking to Harare to do the same thing that you want to do. Unless if you got a good marketing strategy that is going to take over the competitors, yes, you can be in Harare. But if you know that you're just like a lay person who just want to establish something, wakutongopinda wemomo muriku dzana mamonya ufa watodzana ufa watopinda wakatosimba wemomo. Unlike unogona kutangira kumachonyonye ikoko uchikura kusvika wazikanwa zita rako, then wozopinda muHarare imomo wakuzikana. Those people vanobva kudhuze nekwavo shopi tinoziva, this person tomuziva, so they will be loyal to you. They will come to you, but they know you from far, from machonyonye. So finally, I want to say, it's not the place that makes you successful. It is the mindset. The place facilitates and helps whatever that is in your mind for you to be successful. So do not be fooled that only kuvaka muHarare can make you successful, or maybe kuvaka muHarare can bring a better future. So many people varikuita mari. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it varungu vakaita maprazi ari kure nekunana Harare? Or maybe yes, are close to Harare, they did not dwell in town whatsoever. Why is that? So they were making money. Though by Harare, it ran a because of whatever they were producing. So you can have bigger hectares and produce things and start selling in Harare. Not like I just want to go and stay in Harare. As a Buddhi, so you need to think twice. There are so many other places you can go and establish. Put those places on the map. Kamdawa kama lodges, kamdawa kama guest house. Go to those places along the roads, not only in Harare. Some people, they want a good getaway, but you find yourself you don't go zikira Harare mne competition. Mune competition imwesingatombo iyo zvako uchangopinda today. Nomagara mane tennis, atwa ne experience actual zikana. That means your zikana is going to take you a long time. Unlike kana wazovakira somewhere pa duze nepa road, or maybe what to fambe usaoka sign. Those people are traveling to go to Harare kunotsvaga lodge. Then they will see a sign, they say, oh, kanzvimbo kane kakanaka tonotora maphotos. Vakutotenda vakutopinda. Imomo macho murutizwa nevanhu vakutopinda imomo vakutonogara. Watoita mari. People vanhu vakutozorefera vanhu futi back kuti no guys, takapasawo pane imwe nzvimbo and we saw a very good place. Ine zvakadai. So guys, we need to use our mindset to be successful kana tiri muZimbabwe. Or maybe isusu vari kudiaspora nataka kudzokera. It's not only about Harare. Harare inodhura. You know, take that money and utilize somewhere cheaper and make money. Then in lifetime wozokwanisa kutsvaga hako Harare step by step wakuita mari wakurarama. Not just to go and start in Harare wopedzera mari yako yotenga mastand ema 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. Unenge uchigona chini. Because mari iyoyo kaukapa mumwe munhu ane mindset yekubudirira akaenda kumachonyonyo, ndikukudza anokubudisira mamillions nemari iyoyo yauda kunorasa uchikanda pastand iroro zoma. Unless kana wane mari zvako, wane mari. Because vamwe vakamna naHarare good houses those ones. Vana wane business vatogara for a long time. Saka mari iyaya haivarwadze. Iwe waishanda kudiaspora maybe wangobata ka 5,000, wautonokanda kustand ikoko wodzoka muno futi. Wakutaka kushanda pastand yamira, wakushanda futi, hauzi diaspora inopera ri. Inogona kupera mangwana. Unoita senese ndokuzotengesa stand ya at a cheaper price because wawa desperate. So zviya zvoda munhu akaplana. Zvoda munhu anoziva ndikabata 5,000 yangu machonyonyo uko ne 5k yangu. Ndonovaka room 1 ka 2 rooms. Ndoita zvirikudzwa zvangu ndotanga maprojects. Maprojects ayachandipa mari. Cash ndokwanisa kunovaka chi muAshtown. So this is it guys. Until next time, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share.